good morning once again.
Yep, the sunshine is back today.
Yep, the La Palma weather has restored itself to the norm, which is nice.
Woohoo.
Blue skies, really calm. And we're in a new area we've not been to before, which I think is quite central on the island.
Yeah. Stunning area.
Absolutely breathtaking. The drive in with Jose has just been mind-blowing.
Yeah.
But we are, kind of central at the base of the mouth of the caldera, the main caldera. Still at about, I think we're about 3,500 feet. But we are heading towards the base of Pico Bejenado.
Yeah.
Which
it's known as the only true mountain on the island because its summit stands alone on all sides by about 500 metres.
Yeah. But the rest of the summits are kind of part of ridge lines and stuff.
Yeah, that's not typical. The rest of them are all joined.
They are higher, but this is the only standalone, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we got a good glimpse of it on the way in from maybe a couple of miles away, and it looks spectacular.
Oh, it does.
Draped in green. I think it's going to be wooded all the way up. These are pine trees, as is quite typical at this sort of altitude here. But yeah, just breathtaking scenery. I don't know if you can see behind me. I'm not quite sure what that is, but there's another large range over there. And not a person in sight, which is nice. So we're on this, we've been dropped at the bottom of this sort of forest road. And Jose said about 10 minutes up here will take us to the first finger post, which will give us the start of the trail proper.
Yeah.
So, really excited about this one. This is our last full day, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good one.
Yep. So, we'll catch up with you a little bit further on up. And there's been a little bit of rockfall here. Well, I say a little bit, there's some big rocks that have come down from up there, so we're going to stay to the other side of the path, I think, aren't we?
Yeah.
Left that vehicle track behind and we're onto more of a trail proper, quite a nice wide open trail, but the scenery through the trees is pretty mind-blowing. And the forest is beautiful, just carpeted with these little yellow flowers and the tall Canarian pines with the blue skies in the background. And quiet, no people around, no wind.
Just bliss, isn't it?
Absolutely perfect. So we're just enjoying the peace and quiet, apart from the ravens cawing. And we've just spotted what I'm pretty sure is our summit off in the distance. Still looks quite a long way away. And every corner you turn there's another breathtaking view in front of you. So we spotted a few of these on the way up, and Jose was telling us about these. These are naturally formed lava tunnels. So obviously this whole rock face was a lava flow at one point, and where you get a deep section and the lava flows through a channel, eventually the top part of it forms a crust which hardens, and then the rest of the lava flow diminishes and leaves you with this tunnel. You can see in the wall there the kind of natural levels that the lava's been at as it's flowed out. I'm not going to go much further inside because I don't know how stable all the rocks are, but what a fascinating thing to see. Naturally occurring lava tunnels.
Fascinating.
Cool. So we've just realised, looking over to our left, that we can see, I hope the camera picks it up, the zoom isn't great on this, that black mass in the middle of the picture is the new lava, and you can probably just make out, right in the middle of the picture, some faint smoke coming from that volcano. It's not erupting anymore, but it hasn't settled down fully. So that is the side of the Cumbre Vieja which was doing all the erupting late on last year. But absolutely crazy to see that in the flesh. We've seen pictures on the internet, but not seen it for real.
Incredible to see, isn't it?
Yeah, and obviously that densely populated area down there with that big black mass running through it. I think that's what Jose was saying. Todoque, the village, is underneath and doesn't exist anymore.
The volcano isn't named yet.
No, they haven't given a name, but yeah, you can just see wisps of smoke still coming from the top of that.
Wow.
That is crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. So we've taken a slight detour and followed these signs to the petroglyphs, which are ancient carvings only discovered recently on rocks and unfortunately protected by railings, which is a bit of a sad state of affairs, but they obviously need to do it to stop vandalism. But if you can see on the right hand side of that rock there, they're engravings from the indigenous people. They reckon, what, over 500 years old? But yeah, that's quite incredible.
Only discovered in 1987.
Yeah? Cool. And a bit further on up the path are some more. Quite faint, but you can make them out. Again on the right hand side of that rock.
Like a spiral.
Yeah, the spirals seem popular. Most of them are spirals, aren't they? Fascinating. Well, we're back from our detour and back on the proper trail. But that was really cool, wasn't it?
Really cool.
I've wanted to see that sort of thing for a while. We tried to find them in a barranco we were in Lanzarote, and we couldn't find them. But they're quite faint, aren't they?
Yeah.
But then, you know, they're over 500 years old, so they're going to be. But no, quite fascinating. But yeah, we're back on the trail proper. And we've noticed a little bit of cloud drifting in over there. I don't know if you can make that out through the trees. And we're just hoping that our summit is still going to be cloud free. So our path is getting steeper. We're gaining quite a lot of altitude now. But unfortunately, Mr. Cloud has rolled in big time. That should be views down to the coast down there. But we're hoping, the sunshine creeping through now. We're hoping there might be a chance the sun could maybe burn it off by the time we get up to the summit. It would be nice, because Jose was saying the views from up here are incredible. All the way over to the caldera, right down to the coast, over to the new volcano. So really like to see those, but it's not looking great at the moment. And we've reached the little junction. We did know about that. That's another path that'll take you off down via Pista de Valencia, but we're heading up that way. And it looks like the summit is cleared, but we have just spotted over in the distance, cop a load of that. That is looking down into the caldera. Tough to get a sense of scale on the camera, but my god, it is massive. I think up there in the middle of the picture, I think that is possibly Roque de los Muchachos, is it, do you think? I've lost my bearings a little bit, I'll be honest. Or maybe that's more over there, but you can kind of get a feeling for looking down into the bowl of the caldera. But absolutely massive sense of scale. Crazy. Well, the views down to the south and the east aren't great. Whole lot of cloud going on. But I can feel that sun trying to burn through the clouds. But if we look a little bit more, wow, in a northerly direction, you get that, which is rather nice. Well, after some seriously steep zigging and zagging, and a whole lot of it, there we have it. I think we're somewhere around 6,000 feet, are we? Views are, so that's looking north into the caldera, and it's hinting at it, but it's not great at the moment. So we've taken the time. We found this little metal box joined to the rock here, which contains a visitor's book, would you believe?
Isn't that cute?
And a pen. So we've whacked our little entry in there, and of course included that. But yeah, nothing down to the south yet. And it's hinting it wants to. There's blue sky up there.
Come on.
So we'll keep the camera to hand, and if any views decide to pop up, we'll try and grab them. It's hinting at it. Well, we're still waiting, but nothing yet. But we are going to have to head off soon, I think. Tiny, tiny hint. Just about to leave as well. And then it's gone. Hints down to the valley floor. Very faint though.
It's not as clear as it's been.
Yeah, that's about the best it's got, isn't it? It's getting a bit better. So that's kind of looking right into the caldera bowl. Well, it's time to head down. Little bit gutted, but that's the game we play, isn't it?
We've got a little glimpse.
Yeah. But from what Jose was saying, when it is clear, it's got some of the best views on the whole island, hasn't it?
Well, we'll just have to climb it again.
But
then,
yeah,
won't we?
that's going on the list for the next time, for sure. But a beautiful climb. I mean, this whole area, the pine forests, absolutely stunning. So it's been an enjoyable climb, hasn't it?
Absolutely.
Hard work, like these zigzags go on forever, but good paths, nice route. Just a little bit frustrating considering we were driving in this morning, weren't we?
It was
Perfectly clear, not a cloud in sight. But then the forecast did say it was cloudying up through the day. But hey ho, yeah, you win some, you lose some. Enjoyable day all the same. So yeah, we've got I think we've got around 3 hours to get down. It took us about what, 3:45 to get up. Yeah. So we're hoping that's going to work out. We won't keep Jose waiting. So we'll get cracked on. Back down into El Clago. So it's looking like we're just starting to dip below the cloud level, and there's some faint views there down into the very bottom of the caldera, but the top's still well and truly clagged in. So we've got a really clear view here of the new lava flow. I'll try and zoom in, it's a bit hazy, but that big black stripe right in the middle of the picture, heading up into the mist, that is all lava, and you can kind of get an idea for the size of that. Sitting below it is all the towns and villages, so you can get an idea of just how much it's destroyed. But to stand here and see it with my own eyes is absolutely nuts. As I say, we've seen all sorts of videos on YouTube and all over the internet, but to be looking at it in real life is crazy. Never seen anything like that before. Well, that's the zigzags done. Back down to our little junction, and we've definitely dropped out below the clouds. You can see the neat line there, cutting off the top of the peaks on the caldera rim. Again, it's tough to get a sense of scale on camera, but it's flipping massive. But yeah, we are now heading back down towards the Pista de Valencia. That is a tempting route off that way to the Cumbrecita, but it's a much longer one, and I really don't think Jose would like us to do that, because we'd probably be back at about 9 o'clock tonight. So yeah, we're heading back down the way we came up, looking over at that new lava flow the whole way. We're down from the steeper paths and back onto the big wide tracks and below the clouds, so we've got some views.
Yeah, that's some nice views.
And we've got about an hour to lose nearly 1,000 feet, which we think we should be able to do.
Yeah, it's good paths now.
Yeah, we don't want to keep Jose waiting. And then we'll be whisked back to the hotel. And that's going to be the end of the last walk, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really, the week has just flown, yeah. But what an amazing place. For anybody thinking of coming here for hiking, couldn't recommend it highly enough.
Yeah, absolutely. There's over 2,000 kilometres of hiking trails.
Yeah.
Over the island of Palma, and that's incredible considering the size of it.
Yeah, it's only a small place, and we haven't really scratched the surface. You know, we did a little bit last time we were here 3 years ago, and we've done a little bit more this time, but there is so much more to discover, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be back.
Yeah, for sure. So I think we're going to carry on plodding on down this and keep a bit of an eye on time, but I think we'll be all right. And we'll catch up with you a little bit further down for a sign off, I think. Well, we're back down on the main forest road.
Yeah, not far to go now.
No, about, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes till we meet Jose. And the end of our last walk. But that's been a really nice one, hasn't it?
It has been lovely today. A really nice route.
Can't help but feel a little disappointed we didn't get the views at the summit, but...
Well, it's on the list for next time.
Yep, it certainly is.
But yeah, really enjoyed it, and I've absolutely loved our time in La Palma.
Yeah, this place is just amazing. I mean, it's been great today to see bits of ancient La Palma, going back over 500 years, looking at the petroglyphs. And then looking down to the coast and seeing brand new La Palma in the new lava flow and volcano. So
yeah, I suppose we are.
we've had a big old and new mix today.
Yeah. Yeah, that was something to see. The new
It really was. I
volcano.
honestly can't put into words what that was like, looking at that with my own eyes. It's just mind-blowing, and the destructive power that it's had.
Yeah.
Absolutely unbelievable.
Incredible. But yeah, what an adventure it's been, from
yeah.
sort of 8,200 foot on muchachas to walking in the rainforest while the rain's coming
In the rain.
down. Oh,
Yeah,
just
it's been amazing, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Adventure is the word.
walking through the lava fields.
Yeah.
Yeah, incredible. Loved it.
So yeah, if you are thinking of coming here, don't hesitate. It's absolutely fabulous, and there is a huge mix of stuff to do. Something to suit everybody.
Yeah.
But I think from us now, sadly, this is going to be the final sign-off from La Palma.
Hasta luego, La
Yeah,
Palma.
so thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. We've absolutely loved our time here. So yeah, from us, it is hasta luego. See ya.